Happy New Year everyone, and welcome back to another video in 2026. I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve, of course. And yeah, in the background you can see my last race of 2025 in a Virtual Endurance Championship and Mach 25 Championship. So yeah, while that video is playing in the background, I'll be talking about everything I did in 2025. And holy moly guys, like when I checked this out, like when I went back to check everything I did so much this last year. Yeah, so it's gonna be a long one. And yeah, luckily this race in the background was also quite a long race, so yeah, you can enjoy watching that. I didn't have a lot of practice for that race, so that's why I kind of went in without even knowing the strategy. I just knew I had to like tire save, I think, for to make a one-stop strategy. So yeah, you can see how that ends up playing out throughout the race. And yeah, I'll be talking about everything that happened this last year. So yeah, let's just start off with the first thing I did. And the first thing actually is in 2024. So yeah, a little bit of a cheat here, but the first championship I did last year, and that also carried over into 2025, was the same championship as you can see now in the background, Virtual Endurance Championship. It was the first championship of the Mach 25 season last year, and I did the pre-quali for that championship on December 15th. So that was the first thing I did basically competitively for a championship in 2025, and the start of our campaign to win that year of Mach 25 championships Pulpí, and show that we are the best team on the game with VQS. That pre-quali was kind of decent. I don't think I did a very special lap, but it wasn't terrible either. Unfortunately, the championship itself didn't go great for us as a team. We had some bad luck, and actually we did kind of bad in terms of that first championship, but that was luckily not a sign of things to come for the rest of the year. Because we had another championship after that for Mach 25 that I did, and that was the GT Time Trial Championship. Now this championship was worth almost no points for the Mach 25 ranking, but it was another championship and I wanted to do it because it looked fun to do, and I did that together with Lewis, but it was so Lewis, my teammate, of course, but it was just a solo championship. It was like only qualifying sessions, just set the fastest lap in your session, and no teamwork, or like there was not really like anything that having more people from your team participate in the championship helped. Only the fastest or like the best player at the end of the championship, because it was just all of your rounds added up, all of the lap times from all the rounds were added up to your end result. Only the fastest of the team would count towards the Mach 25 ranking, which ended up being me. There were 4 rounds, and I just did a little bit of practice for each one. It was all in the span of like a bit over a week, and I think I did quite well. I lost a lot of time though in the first round instantly there, because it was a handbrake combo. Just not ideal, to be honest, but I think I did really well in the other rounds. And I got 3rd overall. Well, I got 4th overall, but 3rd in terms of like teams. So I got the 3rd best points there for VQS. That's quite decent, I'd say. And then after that, I did a championship that was not GT7. So I tried out Race Room for the first time, as I heard about a championship there. A championship, the DTM Esports Championship, I should say, and they had qualifiers for that. So there was a time trial. If you got top 32, I think it was. I don't remember exactly. But if you got that in the time trial, then you would be allowed to participate in the shootout. Now, I only knew about the second shootout. There was also a first one, but I just didn't know about it in time, so I couldn't really do that one. But I did do the second one, and yeah, that was really fun for me. So I managed to qualify, and then there were 2 races. If you got top 16 in points from those 2 races, you would qualify for the DTM Esports Championship. Sadly, that didn't happen. It was kind of weird, because like in the time trial, which was on the same track, Lausitzring, everyone was using the BMW, and I felt very comfortable with the BMW. And then on the day of the races, people all started switching in practice to the Ferrari, and I didn't like the Ferrari whatsoever. So yeah, then I was basically stuck on a car that I didn't like, and I chose to not drive it, which I think was the correct choice. But yeah, the BMW was just slower, sadly. So yeah, I think I did decent, not that great, but the races were very fun with 32 cars and extremely chaotic starts, and I had a lot of fun driving that with 2 friends of mine as well. We were in VC with Kai and Twan. That was really fun. So yeah, that was the first time I did a championship last year. That wasn't on GT7. And yeah, then we had Spring Cup, which was also a Mach 25 championship. This started on the 8th of March, but that was the pre-quali, and I did not do the pre-quali. But yeah, this was like a 250 points championship for the Mach 25 ranking. So every championship for Mach 25 has a separate amount of points labeled to it. So some championships are worth more than others. 250, so it's like, yeah, the lowest is 125. That was for the GT Time Trial Championship, for example, and the highest is like 2k, but there were no 2k championships last year. So it goes 125, 250, 500, 1000, 2000. So yeah, this was 250, not that much, but a bit more than the GT Time Trial Championship. So we did invest a little bit of time in this, of course, and I did the first round. Well, I was planning to only do the first round with the Mazda Roadster touring car on a wet Tokyo. And I gotta say, I had really good pace on that combo, like really, really good. But it was an insane slipstream combo. Everyone stayed together so easily, also because of the dry up effect. But everyone was pushing on the fuel, and I was like fuel saving a lot. I was looking very good. And then sadly I made a mistake, so I dropped a few positions, but nothing bad, because I was still in the train. I was still like within 2 seconds of the leader, even though I was like P9. But then at some point, like, there was like a concertina effect, like into a braking zone, and yeah, sadly I got hit, and I lost a lot of positions there and spun. So I dropped to the back, and my race was basically over. I still got P7 though on that race. That was not too bad. But also just not ideal result in the end. But yeah, that was going to be the only race I did. Except then I had to randomly do another race. So on the fourth round, the final round, Consta was going to drive. But this was when Consta was still in its kind of shitty internet situation. So he wasn't allowed to drive from the organization, understandably, because he had a lot of lag. And then I had to jump in with no practice on the combo. I just did like a lap to make it like a picture of the car. That was the only thing I did. And Consta had to live coach me while the qualifying was going on, where I had to brake and stuff. That was very interesting. Now, I got like P9, I think. It wasn't great, but honestly, that was such a fun experience, getting live coached on the combo while it was going on. Not ideal for the team, of course, but I mean, you gotta sometimes do stuff like this. Like, it was very fun. And also, like, right before that final round, a few days before the final round, was the start of the GTWS official season, at least for Manufacturers Cup. And I gotta say, last year, Manufacturers Cup, complete disaster for me. Now, I don't know what went on in me, but for some reason, my brain was like, Flores, let's choose the check you are. yeah, I'm never doing that again. So yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. No one else in the other regions went Jaguar with me. I just thought it was a good car because I tried it on Interlagos and it was really good for me there. But it's just stupid, to be honest. Yeah, now I did drive a few of the rounds, but I quickly gave up, to be honest. There was no chance of me qualifying anyway. So yeah, not that great last year GTWS for me. And also something that started around the same time as that Manufacturers Cup season was Infinity GSeries. So this championship was a lot more interesting for me. GSeries was a 1,000 point championship for the Mach 25 ranking, so it was very important to do well to qualify for Pulpí and to finish high in the Mach 25 ranking at the end of the year. And there was also a big prize pool, so I think the winning team would get 400 euros and then 200 and then 100 for second and third. And yeah, I invested a lot of time into this. The championship was quite a long championship. It was it was a pre-quali, then 7 rounds of group stage, and then we had 3 rounds of finals. And group stage, well, it wasn't really group stage races, but like we were all with our own little group of 3 teams. So 2 other teams, obviously, us and 2 others. And you would get matched to another group of 3 teams every round, you know, so you would drive against every team at least once and against 2 other teams every time. And the seeding, so the pre-quali decided which group you were in, which teams were in your group. So we didn't have a difficult group, to be honest. Don't want to disrespect the other teams, but I think we got kind of lucky with our group, or well, lucky we had a good pre-quali, so that helped. I didn't do the pre-quali. I did do the first 5 rounds though. I did half the championship almost, half the rounds in terms of races at least, and yeah, they were really up and down because I felt like I had good pace for each of them. We had to field 2 drivers for every round with our team. And yeah, we basically practiced every round with quite a few people and just chose the fastest driver for each round. And yeah, for the first 5 rounds, that happened to be me. So the rounds I did were like the Renault RS01 at Kyoto, Yamagiwa plus Miyabi, so the full layout, and that was the first round, and that was not the Group 3 car, that was the road car RS01. That round was very fun because it was high tire wear, and we did really well. We instantly got 1-2, and we were first in the championship after that. So yeah, that was me and Max driving, and yeah, that was just a lovely round. So then we move on to round 2, which was the Honda VGT, or the Honda Sports VGT or something. It's also a road car at Sardinia C, the very short Sardinia layout. And I did that with Niklas, our, newest driver in the team. And yeah, he's very fast. If you don't know him, like, I don't know what you're doing, to be honest. He's got like one of the highest DRs in the game. But yeah, I went into that with, I think, a little bit better pace than him. And then I completely flopped in the actual thing. That was not ideal. I wanted to have a good quali, but I sadly over pushed one corner a tiny bit, and I went to wide, hit a wall, and then, yeah, basically lap over. I was starting last. So that was not great, and luckily Niklas had a really good race and quali in general, and he finished P2 in the end, I think. Yeah, so I had to fight my way back through the field. I still got 6th, I think, which, considering things, starting 14th and then finishing 6th is not too bad. Wait, 14th? No, it must have been 12th. Sorry. Yeah, 12th, I think. But yeah, I think that wasn't too bad of a race from my side, but yeah, the quali just messed that up completely. Very unfortunate, to be honest, because my practice pace on that was insane. And then we had round 3. Where was round 3 again? Was this the... let me check. Because there were a few really good rounds, and then there were a few really bad rounds. Oh, okay, no, this round. Again, round where I flopped the quali. So this was the Audi TT Group 4 at Bathurst. Now, I don't know what happened here, right? Guys, if you know me, I don't like Bathurst. That's all you need to know. I'm terrible at the track. But I'm really good with FF Group 4 cars. So I was trying the combo, and I actually happened to have quite good pace at that combo. Usually I don't have, well, usually I basically never have pace at Bathurst, so I was like, what the hell is going on? And then in the real thing, I sadly messed up my lap, and I qualified like quite low down, like P8 or P9 or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was terrible, to be honest. And yeah, with Mew, my teammate in my slipstream, that he like got held up because of that, because we went for a slipstream quali. So that was just overall not ideal. And yeah, I got a P6 in the end there. And luckily Mew got P3, so kind of like limited the damage, but that wasn't great. However, yeah, I did feel I had good pace, and there was definitely more possible there if like things went a little bit better. But then after the like 2 worse rounds, I had such a good round, and I also made a video of that on my channel with Lewis on Lego Maggiore with the Red Bull X2014 Junior. So that round was really fun to drive, actually. I really liked the combo, and yeah, we pulled off an insane teamwork race, because that race we had to drive against Krakens, one of the faster teams of the competition, and we did that so perfectly together, with the strategy and helping each other, give slipstream and like give dirty air to the opponents. That was such a nice race, and yeah, I'm really glad that like we did that so well. So we got P1, P2 there, which is amazing, of course. And yeah, another good race after that, round 5, the final race that I did in GSeries with the Chevrolet Camaros that I won at Watkins Glen short layout. That combo, I had such insane pace, guys. Like, I qualified quite easily on pole, I think. I don't know if I had the fastest quali overall. I think I did, but I'm not 100% sure. Might have been one person or so that beat me. But yeah, I had a really good lap there, and then in the actual race, I also had really good race pace. But then I sadly had a little mistake, like on one of the later laps, so that yeah, one of the TMR drivers passed me, and yeah, we got P2, P3 in the end on that combo, me and Niklas. So I got P2 and Niklas got P3. And then yeah, we had round 6. That went well. I didn't do round 6, round 7 and stuff. They all went quite well, I think. Yeah, for our team. And then we had the final stage. And round 8 to round 10, these had more points, I think. And yeah, basically, me and the others were testing so much for those combos. Now I ended up not doing any of them, but I helped practice. By the way, I helped practice for every round for strategies and base and stuff. So even the rounds I didn't do, I helped quite a lot, actually. And yeah, in the end, we were like leading the championship going into the final round, and we were already leading the championship after like the first stage, the group stage, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we ended up having a little bit of a unfortunate last race, which I won't go too much into detail, but let's just say that didn't go ideal for us. And yeah, we finished that championship in P2. We could have definitely won the championship, but yeah, P2 is still good, of course, and a solid amount of points for the ranking. And yeah, I don't know if we were first after this. I think we were, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, we were first in the Mach 25 ranking after that championship. Yeah, so that was really cool. Yeah, definitely one of the bigger championships that I did last year. And then after that, we have another Mach 25 championship that I did, which was Summer Madness. Now, Summer Madness is the only championship we did the year before already, when we were just like very late to the whole Pulpí thing, and I was like, shit, we gotta go to Pulpí. Let's do this one championship that's still like possible to participate in, which was Summer Madness. So we did that, and yeah, last year we had like the most insane last lap clutch of all time, with Miu gaining like 3 or 4 positions on the final lap with inters instead of wets, which like were slower overall on the stint, but then he stayed on inters. He had less tire than the wets. Kind of crazy. But yeah, this year we had a little bit less of a dramatic championship basically in Summer Madness. I did the pre-quali for us on the 28th of June, and then I did the shootout. So we first had round 1. I didn't do round 1, and then we had the shootout. So round 1, I think Art did, Arthur, and he did. That was like a Suzuka Group 4 combo. So all the races were in Group 4 cars. You had free choice, except for the pre-quali where it was only FF cars at Tsukuba, which is like ideal combo for me. I still only got second though, not that great for me. Like I had to be honest, I had to get the fastest lap there, but whatever. And yeah, I did the shootout, which was like the second round, as I just said, and I won that, which was it was like a quali. Yeah, it was like a qualifying session. And I got the fastest lap there overall. That was kind of nice. Very close though. It was like a few thousandths to P2. But yeah, I did win that one. I got a good amount of points for our team. And then we had round 2. So the actual round 2, which is like round 3 then, I guess. Yeah, and that was on the same combo as the shootout. So I did that. And yeah, that went kind of good. I won the race. So I won it by like a few seconds as well. That was a very interesting race in Summer Madness. The races all have like chance of rain. Well, they will get rain because like the chances are very high. So yeah, they are very fun to drive, and I had a good race there, I think. So yeah, after that, let's see what happened after. So much happened, guys. Oh yeah, the AMG Virtual Championship. The AMG Virtual Championship had a qualifier, of course. Oh, wait, I completely forgot about the ending of Summer Madness. So that was all like the group stage. And then after that, we had the final stage in Summer Madness, which I didn't do because I was on holiday. And I was going to Costa Rica, which is, honestly, guys, I had such an amazing time there. But while I was there, I was following the races. So there was the final sprint and then the final, grand final, I don't know what you want to call it. In those races, we had Niklas first, performing quite well at the Red Bull Ring. And then we needed a good race in the final race. And we had Aya drive his first race for our team in Mach 25. And he completely destroyed the competition on Le Mans in the rain. That was really cool for me to watch. And I even had a strategy call from Costa Rica at some point. That was very fun for me. I was so invested into it. So we won Summer Madness. That was also a good amount of money for our team, like 200, I think, or like 150. Yeah, that was nice. And then, as I said, we had AMG Virtual Championship. So, if you didn't catch me streaming any of those rounds, I qualified through the time trial. That was the open time trial in GT7 on Monza with the Merc. I had a good lap there, and yeah, I was allowed to participate in Div 1 of AMG Virtual Championship this year, or last year. And yeah, there were 7 rounds in the championship. I did 6 of them because I was still in Costa Rica for the first one. And that went, really well, actually better than expected. So I was in an insanely difficult group, so that's like, it was like a little bit difficult to score good points. Luckily though, like I also had to avoid getting, if you're too low down, you could get, relegated to the second division if you were too low in the points in your group. So I wanted to obviously not get relegated, so I had to score well in the first 2 rounds that I did, so round 2 and round 3, and I think that went quite well. I had some good scores, and then we had the other rounds, and I also got some podiums. Podium, if you know the clip. Yeah, podium. I had a good time in that championship, and I learned a lot. And yeah, even with like often very little practice, I did quite well, which I was happy about. So yeah, that was the AMG Virtual Championship. And then the final big thing that I wanted to talk about was, of course, GT Pulpí. So this was the main big live event that I did this year, like where I participated myself in Pulpí in Spain. And yeah, after we won the Mach 25 ranking this year, quite convincingly, I think we had like more than 200 points advantage over the next team. We were basically favorites into GT Pulpí as for the team competition, which is really cool. I also often was talking about how we were gonna win, so I kind of fueled that a little bit as well, that we were favorites. But honestly, I don't care. I go really well off of being a favorite for something. And yeah, man, I had such a good time this year. It was so much fun with my teammates, Max, Miu and Consta, and we had such an amazing time there in the apartment, in Spain there in general, and of course for the competition there that I did, where we managed to in the end win. So yeah, let me go through everything that happened there, of course. So we first had the individual competition, which as it says is individual, so I was doing that. I didn't do the elite competition this year. I already did that last year, where I was invited to do the elite competition. And this year, there's also a rule for only having maximum of 2 drivers per esports team that are allowed to participate basically in the elite competition. So Miu and Consta were invited for VQS this year, and that meant me and Max were not allowed even to compete in elite competition, even though we could qualify for it through the individual qualifiers as well. We wouldn't have been allowed to participate. So that's why I was not in the elite competition, but that meant I had a chance to do well in the individual competition. And yeah, I got 4th in the end, which did mean I got a trophy actually and some money. But yeah, luckily my teammate Max got the win as well. That was so much fun. That was our race was at Blue Moon Bay A, so the infield, and we had that race in the GR86. And that race went really well. It was a very fun race, actually. I could have definitely gotten a higher result. At some point, I think I was leading the race, or I was second, because obviously I was trying to help Max. And and that was after a bad quali where I only got P6. But yeah, I just worked my way through the fields. That was such a fun race, man. I really wish I did a little bit better in that, but those races are very fun for me. And then, after that individual competition, the day after that, we had the team competition, which, as I said, we did win in the end. But how we did it was like so convincing. We first had the Red Bull Ring race. That was the only team competition race that I also did a stint in. I did practice obviously for both the combos, but not that much really for the other combo because I didn't like it. It was Le Mans, and there was like no way I was ever going to be faster than my teammates there. So we have like Miu Miu, Maxo, and Constar are 3 of the best drivers on Le Mans on the game. So yeah, that was not for me, but that was all fine. And yeah, I did the Red Bull Ring stint on the softs. My pace wasn't amazing, but the tire wear was really important to keep under control there. And I had better tire wear there than at home, so I'll take that, I guess. And yeah, Miu Miu managed to make a big gap before the end of the... well, before me, before I was driving, in his own stint, in the first stint. So that meant I had, yeah, a lot of room to just cruise, basically, or not at least make any big mistakes. And yeah, I did that. We won that race by like 10 seconds. No, it was more than 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was insane actually. So we were looking very good, but yeah, the final race, like I think, yeah, OP, so Outplayed Racing, they got second in the first race or something. But they, like, even if, like, or third, I don't remember, but if they won the final race, there was nothing we were gonna be able to do, I think, unless, like, fastest lap shenanigans came into play. But, yeah, basically we had to still win the final race to actually win the whole event. So it didn't mean that much, the first race. And, yeah, we did that, basically. There were some very... important rain calls. Like, we practiced so much for that final race. You have no idea. Like, and I don't mean like practice in terms of just pace practice. No, we tested all the different weather patterns and stuff that we thought were possible. Or like, okay, if like a rain cloud shows up on this part, or like at this part of the track, do you pit? Because like the lap is so long. We had to, like, if you think that it's not gonna rain, or if you think it's gonna rain, at the end of the next lap, you still have to pit. Because, like, that end of the next lap might be completely wet, and if you have to go through the Porsche curves in the wet on a slick tire, that's just not what you want, let me tell you. So, yeah, we tested so much in order to not make any mistakes during this strategy for that, and I think we nailed it in the event, which is just, yeah, really cool to see all the practice pay off. And honestly, my teammates did such an amazing job. If you want to, like, hear more about how that whole event went, you should check out the live stream that we all did together. I'll, yeah, put it like in I'll link it now on the top of the screen or whatever, with one of those info cards, whatever it is. Yeah, so check that stream out, because, like, yeah, that was a crazy race. And yeah, the clip of us winning was just so nice. I cannot, like, every time I see it, I just have to smile so much. That was so amazing.
Tiene hecho, se la va a llevar Vanquish se va a llevar el campeonato. Ahí está llegando Vanquish. Victoria para Vanquish, se lleva el campeonato. Segunda posición para Outplayer.
And yeah, honestly, that was the highlight of the year for me. I have the trophy here. I'll maybe like put a picture now on the screen of me holding the trophies that I won in Pulpí. And then, yeah, that was basically all the important championships that I wanted to talk about. But I have some honorable mentions from other championships I did this year. So, or championships or things I did in general. So first off, I won 2 Knaf Digital Championships, which is basically was the Dutch National Championship this last year. I won 2 of the 2 out of 2, and I did that yeah, quite convincingly, I think. Well, the first one was a good championship with where me and my teammate Danique both did really well with the Radical Cup, and then the second one I won every round and got the maximum amount of points. So that was good. And then I also went to 2 world tours this year, guys. Like, as a spectator, that is, I went to the London World Tour. I was there for 3 days, and oh my god, I had such a good time there, seeing so many friends again that I didn't see for quite some time, or meeting some people that I had never met before in person, like Czech, which was really fun for me to finally meet him. And then we had the Berlin World Tour, where I also went to later in the year, and there were so many people there. Holy, we had an apartment with we had almost like a VQS apartment. We were there with like 6 people or something. That was very fun. And I was also there for 3 days. Also, look at this dive bomb. I did not mean to go for that. I was kind of scared in the VC when I was like driving that. I was like, shit, I braked too late. Okay, yeah. But everything went well there. Anyway, yeah, the Berlin World Tour was so amazing, and also very cool that my teammate Miu got a podium there. So that was the first VQS driver to actually get a podium on a live event. I'm very, very proud of him. And then we had my GT7 points record this year on the Interlagos Group 4 combo in the exhibition season. I got 431 points. Somehow that's my points PB of GT7. Now I got more on GT Sport in the top 16 race. That's where the podium clip is from, where I got 435 points. But yeah, I'm sure I will get a lot more than 431 this year with the Toyota in official season. At least I hope so. Yeah, I'm sure I will. And also in that same race that I got the 431 now, I also managed to reach my PB amount of driver rating on my main account. So I got 101.329k DR. That's what I'm currently on as well, which is top split DR in EMEA. Yeah, I was doing really good during the round. I guess like that round was really good for me. And then some other things I did was also near the end of the year, the DTM Esports Community Cup. I went to Germany for another small live event. That was again an online qualified time trial for that. I got quite a good time. I got like 19th or something. You had to get top 20, but not everyone was even able to come. So in the end, I was like 10th out of the people who actually were able to come. And yeah, I went to Germany and competed there together with my friend Twan, who also qualified for that. And yeah, I didn't do too well on the event, although I think I had a really good pace in the second chance race. I just kind of got bullied to the back again. That was not that great. Yeah, I wasn't able to use a radar there. That's why I had no clue where people were, and like that was so terrible to drive, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, that was on Race Room again, I have to mention. So yeah, Race Room competition again, Race Room mentioned. And then we had the Polestar TT. So if you guys were not there for the Polestar TT, honestly, I don't know how you could have missed it, because it did like streams of almost 10 hours twice, like 2 days in a row, of just time trialing this 50-second combo, 50-second lap at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit with the Polestar, which has no engine sound and it's just an electric car. Like, try not to drive yourself crazy challenge. No, I don't know how I kept it up actually, like in retrospect, like looking back at it, I don't know how I did that for such a long time. But yeah, those streams were crazy. I had so much support during that. And yeah, in general, like this last year has been, the end of this last year is actually insane, guys. Like, I cannot believe how quickly we went from under 500 subs to 521 now. Hello. Probably more after this video, or possibly more. It's crazy, guys. Like, I'm really grateful for the support that I get from people. Like, even if you just like watch my content, if you like the video, or just leave a comment during a stream or under a video, like, it does so much, and I'm really happy to do this sort of stuff because of that. And yeah, I would definitely want to keep this up into the new year. Like, I really just enjoy making this type of content. I will try to think of some subjects to talk about for future videos and try to make them very regularly. And I'll probably like talk about how my practice is going, like give you guys some tips, or I love this game. I love talking about it, and I will probably just make a lot more content like this. But yeah, here we have the finish then of the last race of 2025. And I got P4 in the end. So yeah, I could have done it a bit better, but honestly, with the little practice that I had for this race, that was not too bad. Anyway, yeah, as I said, thank you guys so much for this last year, and I'll speak to you guys more in 2026. Goodbye.